Earl Watson joining us on the show today. You know what's really interesting? You're a perfect guest today.
Darren Williams was a pattern player in Utah for Coach Sloan. You knew the offense would be the same every year. They would run autos, and he mastered those patterns. Coach Sloan never lets you play outside of his offense.
Okay.
LeBron James is an innovator. He's a quick thinker. He's the maestro of basketball. He controls every orchestra on the court, and how he takes over games and creating throughout the flow of the game is a fluid puzzle thinker. Play under control and play limited. When he left in Toronto, he learned how to be more of a playmaker and win down the stretch and take onus down the stretch. Like, this is my team. I'm going to make the plays to win us a championship. Now what you see is the residue of that with the Clippers. His playmaking has elevated. And when you're a player and you study film, you're saying, what can I take away from his game? When you're a coach and you study film, you say, how can we change our defense to limit him? He scores from the three. He scores off the dribble. He scores in the post. He scores at the elbow. He scores at the rim. What can you take away?
What are the deleterious effects of playing so many games when you're that young?
I think when you talk about travel basketball, let's get some clarity. AAU basketball and travel basketball are two completely different entities. Kids grow up playing AAU until 5th or 6th grade, then they transition into shoe company travel basketball programs that have a different pattern or different games throughout the season and schedules. The impact is I've seen as a former head coach in Phoenix, the impact I've seen in these rookies coming in is their knees and the wear and tear of their bones and body and ankles have the wear and tear of 5 to 8 year vets. And it all stems back to the games per weekend, the lack of resources, and the lack of knowledge. And not all AAU basketball coaches are bad people. It's actually, it needs to be monitored by a governing body that oversees games per day, oversees resources, and gives these parents and players knowledge.
Definitely put in the work to have the success come back to you for the all-star bid. I have a question. There's a lot of young kids out here who watch and they say, I'm not getting the rewards, I'm putting in the work, it's just not happening, or I'm not on a winning team, I'm not like an All-American or All-State or whatever it is for their merits. You played 80 games last year. It's the most you played in your season. What did you do different in basketball in the offseason to help you prepare for an all-star season such as last?
I mean, my approach of the summer wasn't too different. I think
Gary Payton was my vet. I was a rookie. Gary Payton hates everyone, right, except for John Stockton.
Well, man, Gary Payton still works here, man. You just can't say that.
That's my big bro. He hated everyone, right? So check this out. I went to him early, and I was like, gee, I want to be in this league for a long time. I need you to mentor me. What do I need to do? He was like, that's what you really want? I was like, yeah. He was like, go give me some Gatorade with 3 ice cubes. So I went to go get the Gatorade, and he came back, and I came back, and he taught me everything on how to guard a pick and roll, how to run a team, how to pocket pass. Cam Reddish needs to get a hold of Vince Carter, and he needs to stay around him wherever he goes to dinner, when he goes to sleep, the same structure, because Vince can get him to be a superstar. He knows what it takes, and that's the perfect mentor.
You don't make it to the NBA not loving basketball, and we need, as players, as a former player, we need science, we need coaches, we need something put in place to protect us from going out there and just giving it our all and sacrificing everything. Kawhi Leonard has brought us exciting basketball. He went to the East, he went to Toronto, he won a championship for the first international championship for the NBA, and he created competitive nature, causing a ripple effect of players to not team up 3 or 4 players on one team, but 2s. And now we have this exciting era of basketball. We have to preserve basketball, and it starts with the core, with the youth basketball programs.
I played for Hubie Brown in Memphis. Jerry West was the GM. We're the youngest teams in the NBA. First day of training camp, all the summer workout you done, everything you did, that's great. First day of training camp, he would put everyone in a circle and tell everyone their role, points per game, you're going to average, shot attempts you're going to average. And he said, 10 of you are going to love me. 3 of you are not going to like me. All 13 of you are going to learn how to play in the NBA for 10-plus years. And the odd man out was Dante Jones, and he got that 10-plus year career. So role definition is the perfect thing to do, like B said. That's very important, but it's also the hardest thing to do as a coach, because you have to have that conversation, not in private, but in front of everyone.
Person's very interesting because I mentioned him yesterday. You have him third. Why?
So the evolution of basketball and hip-hop has always been parallel. Like which is why you see musicians at every NBA game. It's an attraction there. basketball is played with a rhythm. Hip hop has a certain rhythm.
Yeah.
So hip hop then evolved to gangster rap. It evolved to an edgier type of music. And Allen Iverson was that first kid.
Edgy
to come in with tattoos, to come in with the cornrows, to come in and just bring a gangster rap element to the NBA in a polished kind of a way and became a trendsetter for culture alone. He birthed the inner city culture in the NBA.